Hello, my name is Jared Ludlow, the Publications Director at the BYU Religious Studies Center, your weekly resource for gospel scholarship. Today we'll talk about some resources that can accompany your Come Follow Me study for July 11th through 17th, 2 Kings 17 through 25. The first one is by Paul Hoskisson, a retired religion faculty member, called A Latter-day Saint Reading of Isaiah, and it comes from a Sperry Symposium volume. And while we haven't yet hit the book of Isaiah as a topic of study in Come Follow Me, Isaiah does show up in these chapters as he interacts with King Hezekiah during the Assyrian invasion. So this is kind of a foreshadowing or preparation for our reading of Isaiah, but he outlines some of the difficulties that we commonly find in the writings of Isaiah. And he lists 6 particular difficulties. One is Isaiah's use of poetry. Second, related to this, his elevated Hebrew literary style, so even when not in poetry, writing on a high level. Third, that he's removed culturally from our day, so some of the symbolism and objects are not as familiar to us. Fourth, he's removed in time from our day, which is related to number 3, except for just the fact that we don't have anything we can really ask or find information about from Isaiah's day, except for a few random historical artifacts or texts. And so that removes a lot of information that we could gain otherwise. Fifth, Isaiah draws heavily on scripture and doctrines outside his time and place, and so being able to coordinate all of those things together makes his writing sometimes a little more difficult. And lastly, just the nature of his prophetic vision, the things that he sees and trying to understand what it is he's seeing. And so Brother Hoskisson talks about these different challenges, but then uses an example, his reading of Isaiah 6, the calling of Isaiah as a prophet, to show how we can better understand what's going on by breaking down and understanding these different components. The second article is called The Imprisonment of Jeremiah in its Historical Context. It's by Kevin Tolley, an institute teacher in Southern California, and it comes from a religious educator article. He does a great job of talking about the political background for Jeremiah's imprisonment as the Babylonians come to take over the region. And this is recorded in Jeremiah 38. But a lot of the political background that he talks about, particularly the reigns of Josiah and Zedekiah, occur in 2 Kings. And so he really does a great job of looking at the different kings and how they're related to each other and how they've come to power during this critical time period. And later on, in a later section of the article, he draws some connections with the Book of Mormon, because this is also the time period that Lehi and Nephi come out of as they are in Jerusalem and know some of these kings and then leave to go to their promised land.